Well, I think Fame and Muscle Shoals Music is here because we're fiercely independent. We've been doing business with Bank Independent since the 70s, and to know that they've got our back, it means a lot. We've always been there, and it's always just been a phone call away.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather, live at 5.
After heavy rain and a little bit of street flooding and things like that this morning, we took a break for the afternoon and even had a tiny bit of filtered sunshine, but we're still locked in with a cloud cover here on the Arctic Air Skycam network, and we're not done with the rain either. That starts shifting back into the area as we head into tonight. Here's Viper Live Doppler radar across the area and a few light showers here in parts of southern middle Tennessee. Not a lot of consequence from this. The more steady rain is temporarily down to the south of our area. The break in the rain and the isolated peaks of filtered sunshine have allowed our temperatures for afternoon highs to get back up into the upper 60s and near 70 as we expected across the area, but overall rain is coming back into the forecast. Here's a look at radar. You can see rain starting to move northward back closer to our region here in Mississippi. It's going to be a couple hours before it moves in tonight, but more widespread rain will start to move back in. Now, the severe storm risk, that's going to be solidly south of us. I want you to look me in my eyes. I tell you this, and I want to be very intentional and very clear about this. The severe storm risk has shifted south of our area, and it's not shifting back north. This is not a case where it's iffy. We'll watch it just in case. We're not ignoring anything, but all this rain we had earlier today and shifting the boundary south and the track of the surface low being south now, all this is set up to where the damaging wind risk, the tornado risk will stay for the rest of tonight until the cold front comes in. It will stay off to the south of our local area here in the Tennessee Valley. But we do still have rain ahead of us tonight. Some of it could be heavy. And even though we're starting to walk back from a more widespread flooding risk overnight, there is still the potential for some isolated areas of flash flooding, similar to what we had during the morning hours when the heavy rain was coming through today. There is still a flash flood watch across southern parts of Tennessee, North Alabama, that goes up until noon tomorrow. It's getting more isolated in nature, but there's still the potential for some ponding of the roadways, some street flooding overnight, especially in those poor drainage areas and those low-lying areas. So if the rain starts to pick up heavily, if you're a little bit in your area overnight, if you have to travel, be very cautious and don't try to cross a flooded roadway because you can't see the road condition underneath it to know if the road is still okay there. Your vehicle can be washed away. Take it easy. I don't think we're going to have big flash flooding problems in our local counties here overnight. I think a higher threat of flash flooding is off to the east of our area, places like Coleman County, Marshall County, DeKalb County, southern Jackson County in North Alabama, and then down into central Alabama. So I think it's mainly south and east of us, but there could be some isolated instances of flash flooding here. And that's the main concern for any stronger thunderstorms, heavy rain overnight. We've removed the severe storm type threats because it's going to stay off to the south. So we're not looking at tornadoes being a threat tonight. Notice it doesn't say low or possible or anything. It's south of us, so we're not concerned about the local area having severe thunderstorm warnings, having tornado warnings, that type of thing. That's probably going to stay south of Interstate 20 in Alabama overnight. And for those of you that are not as familiar with geography in Alabama to know where that is, that's that big interstate that runs from Atlanta to Birmingham back into Mississippi. South of that is where we think the severe storm and the low-end tornado potential is going to be tonight. So we're not dealing with that here in the Tennessee Valley. But the rain does start to overspread us again with time as we head to the overnight. Yes, there will probably be some rumbles of thunder still. And yes, it could be breezy outside as the embedded thunderstorms come across. So it may be a little loud outside, but we're not looking at anything that's damaging or you need to head for the hallway and duck down or anything like that. It's not that kind of night. And I want to make that extremely clear so that there's no possible way you can misinterpret that. It's going to be okay tonight. As we head into the morning, the rain lingers heavy at times into the morning hours. It tapers off into spotty showers by midday and it starts to end in the afternoon. We will hit our daytime highs for Saturday the first half of Saturday, not in the afternoon. As we head to the afternoon, temperatures will fall behind the cold front. We'll drop out of the 60s into the 50s and into the 40s. And then we're headed down to near the freezing mark overnight tomorrow night. And then we're just in a cooler regime going forward here from Sunday into next week. A few more showers possible as we head into the middle of next week around Wednesday into Thursday. But you can see the difference. At 60 tomorrow, that's before midday, that's during the morning to midday hours, and then we drop out of that into the 40s and 50s by the afternoon. But we've been in the 60s and 70s this week, and we're going to shift back to the 40s to lower 50s here for highs all of next week, with the overnight lows near and below freezing. So even though it's not true Arctic air and a big Arctic blast or historic or anything, it is going to be a big change in relation to and compared to where the temperatures have been across the area this week. So rain and thunder is likely for the overnight, but we are not expecting severe storms here in the local area. Some isolated flooding, though, certainly possible. Overnight lows into the low to mid 60s. As we head into our Saturday, showers taper off as we go on into the day. Slight chance for a break or sunshine here and there into the afternoon. Temperatures, again, your daytime highs are morning to midday, and then they drop into the afternoon, and then it's cooler as we head on forward Sunday into next week. We're mostly clear, partly cloudy Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. A few more showers here Wednesday and a Thursday with a cold upper level trough. And let me go ahead and throw this out there because there is some social media chatter. I'm not ready to show it on the forecast for Thursday yet because we're still fine-tuning the details, but there is a possibility that the rain showers that we have with the cold upper level trough coming across, there could be some light flurries mixed in with that on Thursday of next week. I don't think it causes problems or anything like that, but there could certainly be a few flurries toward the second half of next week, roughly around Thursday. We'll watch that and fine-tune details. I'm not ready to put that actually in the forecast yet, but it is a possibility. Then we hang into partly cloudy skies going into the end of next week. Let's look at your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be back at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock with another check of your local weather.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.